Welcome to the I Do Wedding Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Nina Adio, a social media marketing expert specializing in the wedding industry. Each week, we'll explore the strategies, stories, and insider tips that help wedding professionals thrive. You'll hear solo episodes filled with actual advice for social media and inspiring conversations with esteemed wedding industry guests. Thank you for tuning in and letting this podcast be a part of your day. Let's get started. Hello and welcome back to the I Do Wedding Marketing Podcast. I am really excited today because we have something today we have never spoken about on the podcast before, but oh boy, am I excited. So today we are joined by Elliot Rosenberg of Hack My Honeymoon. So he helps couples plan luxury honeymoons at a fraction of the cost. But today, he's going to be helping us wedding pros plan going to our summits and our conventions and to our business trips at a fraction of the cost. But let me tell you a bit about Elliot. With his passion and experience being a travel hack junkie for himself, he now does that for other couples. He's helped couples plan honeymoons from safaris in Kenya to beach holidays in Mexico and beyond, saving clients from 10 to 20,000 on their honeymoons with his coaching. I'm just so excited about this, about what we're going to be able to do. And he'll talk about the honeymoons he does, but he's also going to be talking about how we can use this concept for our own businesses and to encourage travel in our business, encourage travel in order to go to master classes, summits, conventions, and so forth. So Elliot will be with us in just a moment. But speaking of summits, this season of the podcast is brought to us by the Inclusive Wedding Summit. This is taking place January 22nd, and it is available both virtually and in person in New Jersey at the Hilton Hasbrook Heights. So maybe he can give us some tips for those of you who want to get to New York City. Come to the city. This hotel is just you could get there pretty easily. It's right outside of the city. And I'll be one of the speakers there, as well as Alan Berg, Mark Chapman, Mayuri Pirik, and all of the other speakers are listed at the inclusiveweddingssummit.com. You can use my code NA30 to get $30 off a virtual ticket or an in-person ticket. And in person, this is going to be a full day networking event where you're going to have breakfast during presentations, and then we'll break for networking, and we'll have lunch, then more presentations, and there'll be a floor with different vendors you can visit and things for your business. So it's going to be a really immersive and fun experience. You'll get to talk to the speakers and have a blast. So let's get to Elliot, guys, so we can figure out how we're going to make this happen. Elliot, thanks so much for being here today.
Excited to be here. Thanks for having me, Nina.
Yeah, so where are you coming? I have to know where the honeymoon hacker is coming to a podcast from.
I am currently in a place called Goa in the country of India. It is a beach state that gets a good amount of tourism, has beautiful beaches, has beautiful nature, and it's probably not the typical image that people have in their mind of what India is.
Sounds amazing. How long are you going to be there for?
This is kind of a new home for me and my wife. We moved here a few months ago. She's been in India her whole life. I've been in India for the past 9 years. And we escaped the big city chaos and wanted to live a more peaceful, closer to nature life. And we're really loving it here.
I feel like the new American dream is that.
Yeah, and paying $650 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment with a pool and a gym.
Wow, so now you're life hacking too. It's not just
True.
the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into before we even get to the honeymoon aspect. What is travel hacking and how did you get started in it?
Sure. So travel hacking is broadly the idea of saving a ton of money and getting lots of perks for free or nearly free or heavily discounted through unconventional ways. But there are lots of different methods and approaches to it. And the area that I have the most experience in and focus on in my business is particularly leveraging credit card points and miles and loyalty programs to travel for nearly free, especially in luxury, just by leveraging your everyday personal and business expenses.
Well, good, because first when you said unconventional methods, I said, Elliot, I'm a married woman. I don't know what you... But, so now I know you teach couples how to do this for their honeymoons, but you
Right.
also have a segment of doing this with business owners, and that's really what we're
Right.
going to kind of focus on
For
today.
sure.
So where
Yeah.
does somebody start when it's like, okay, I want to do this? Do I just change all my credit cards? I mean,
Uh-huh.
what would be the first thing you would have to ask somebody?
Well, first of all, we need to just see if this whole idea is even right for you. There are a few qualifiers, and this is something that can hurt you if you do it the wrong way. So I definitely don't want to say that it's right for everyone. It's not right for every wedding professional, every business owner, but a few qualifiers, disclaimers we need to get out of the way. One is that you should be financially responsible. And that means that you have decent credit to begin with, let's say 700, 720 plus credit score. Two, you should be someone who, when they get a credit card, or even on the cards that you already have, you should not be spending beyond your means. And just because you have this magical piece of plastic. Uh, and on top of that, whatever you do spend, you should be paying off in full on time every month. So you're never paying any interest or late fees. I'd say that at bare minimum, we need to start with those disclaimers.
That makes sense. So I shouldn't start this and then get my front row seats to Wicked on Broadway. You know, I should I should slow down. Well, really, I imagine some of the strategy is using this for business expenses. What sort
Mhm.
of things do you recommend people would be using for or delegating for these purchases?
So like the rewards that business owners would be able to get would be credit card points, miles that they can use both for their personal travel as well as for their business travel. If they want to do so. For example, a wedding professional who wants to attend an expo, a conference, a marketing training, whatever it might be, and needs to travel for that. The points can be used for flights and hotels and other kinds of accommodations, and you can save a lot of money that way. So those are the main areas where you're going to be able to get the most value for your points. The thing that the big mistake that a lot of people make with their points is they tend to cash them out at really low values. They'll use their bank's portal, rewards portal, for things like gift cards. And maybe one step better is that they'll use like the travel booking portal within Chase or Amex and then just book hotels or book flights directly through there. That's going to get you a pretty low value for your points of maybe one, in extreme cases, 1.5 cents per point. But if you're looking to use those for luxury or so business first class lie flat seats, maybe you're a planner and you're scoping out new destinations for your clients, and you want to give them the scoop, and you want to build relationships with vendors and properties in those destinations, and you're going to be traveling far, and you want to be fresh when you land and then fresh when you come back. So flying in a lie flat business class seat is way better than being squished into coach for 12 hours. And then, let's say you're going to a conference domestically, then staying at a, comfortable but not dingy hotel would probably, in a lot of big cities in the US, cost you $300+ a night, especially if you're in like a downtown area of a big city like, New York, Chicago, LA. So being able to pay $0 for that is a huge boon, and makes it so that, like, for all of your professional development purposes, it's never really going to be an excuse to say it's too expensive for me to go. Sure, you'll pay whatever entrance fees and ticket fees there are, but otherwise the travel component shouldn't really be a factor. It's holding you back.
This is such great timing for us in the wedding industry because it's the end of the year. So we're looking through the 2025 schedule of events and seminars and networking events. How do you recommend professionals approach this? Should they make a list of all the kind of wish list events they'd like to go
Yeah.
to, or what's a good
Mhm.
tracking method?
Yeah. So first of all, you just need to start assuming that you've gotten past those initial disclaimers I mentioned. We need to start off with understanding what your goals are. And, if your goals are to fly Spirit Airlines, which is anyways going bankrupt, or to stay
Reassess
in
your
Motel
goals, right?
6, yeah, or to stay in Motel 6s, then probably you're not going to get that much value. It doesn't hurt to do. You'll still get some value. So you might as well get something back from your regular personal and business spending. But if you are instead, looking to fly on a major airline and stay in like a mid-range or higher type hotel, then that's a good place to start. And especially if you want to do like lie flat, international, business class, first class seats, then you're playing the right game. Another one of the big mistakes that people make is that they'll have like one card and it's a simple, maybe cash back card, gives you 1 or 2% cash back on every purchase. That's fine. But they don't realize that they could get way more value by having a card that has transferable points. So an example would be anything that earns Amex points, Chase points, Capital One, Citi, Built points. And with those points, you can transfer them to their airline and hotel transfer partners and get way better value. I'll just give you an example. Like, let's say that you're attending a lot of like expos, conferences in decent sized cities around the US. Then a great option is earning Chase points, which you can get from different kinds of cards, both personal and business cards, and then transferring them to Hyatt at a 1-to-1 ratio. And instead of getting like 1.25 cents for your point, you could get oftentimes double that amount just by, instead of using Chase's travel portal to book, transferring them instantly 1-to-1 to Hyatt and then booking for a better value. Just an example.
This is great. I feel like you're really going to up level me to this luxury lifestyle. Because let me tell you, I'm getting flashbacks of like signing up for my Old Navy credit card and thinking I was like living rich with the points.
Yeah.
Spending on cheap clothes.
Those store cards are some of the worst.
Yeah.
And if they help you build your credit, as long as you're paying them off in full every month, then, it can be a decent first card to have.
Right. But, man, I look back and it's like, wish I had the education before I started with the store cards about how those were not the cards to lean into. But I guess just looking back, it did help me to see Wicked for the first time on Broadway.
There you go. There you go.
So I have a personal question. I am a Disney nerd. Can this be applied to get me to Disney more often? Or maybe even Tokyo Disney? Let's go worldwide.
Of course. Of course. One thing that I'll just clarify is it's probably not going to be a good way to buy the actual entry tickets, but for your flights and hotels, whether it's in Orlando or Tokyo, then yeah, definitely. Especially if you're flying internationally in lie flat business class, then you'll get a ton of value if you know how to use your points at the right values. If you're just like flying from JFK to Orlando, then it can be an okay value depending on how well you understand like which points to transfer and what's a good value redemption. Yeah, it can be okay for that. Especially hotels though, there'll be some good options in the Orlando Disney area.
So I'm sure you would need more information in order to answer how long on average it would take for somebody to be able to start benefiting from these strategies.
Yeah. So if you are a low spender, so say that you're spending like less than $3,000 a month as a household, then probably the way that you're going to be able to earn the most points is from the sign up bonus, the welcome bonus offer on a new card. And that could be as high as 100, 200, 250,000 points, which by itself, again, if you know how to use those points, just the bonus offer on one card could easily get you $10,000 in luxury travel. But if you are a business owner who has a good amount of business spend, say like 10,000 plus per month, depending on, what kind of wedding professional you are, you could relatively earn more points without having to open more than 2 or 3 cards total and keep those cards, just because of the category bonus multipliers on certain cards. So, for example, the Amex Business Gold card gives you 4 points per dollar on your top 2 spending categories every month. And if for whatever reason you are spending a lot of money buying from restaurants for dining purposes, then that's one of those categories. It could be for your personal and your business needs. And you would get 4 points per dollar, and you're going to be just having this like passive points earning machine working in the background if you're a high spender. And that works well for a lot of business owners. But if you are a low spender, then really the bonus itself is going to get you way more rewards than just holding one card and putting all of your spending on that. Like the bonus from one card could easily be the equivalent of or more than what you would get just from having one of your old cards and earning 1 or 2 points per dollar on every purchase for a year.
Elliot, did you see the gleam in my eye when you said restaurants? Because that is like,
Oh yeah,
that is my vice. So if I could make
okay,
my addiction to going out to eat work for me,
yeah, uh-huh,
that's really exciting.
yeah, it works for takeout too.
Yeah, yeah, and like
Yeah,
as you're talking, I'm in my head, I'm seeing myself, in Italy having wine. Like I've never even
uh-huh,
known the term lie flat for tickets for airplanes.
uh-huh,
Like, that's how not
yeah,
luxury I am.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, I mean, that was how I was until I figured all this out. Like, I don't think I flew in a real business class, first class seat until I was maybe 26. And I took a 13-hour flight from JFK to Abu Dhabi on the Etihad first class apartment where you have a chef who like customizes meals for you. There is a shower on the plane that you can shower in at 35,000 feet. It's the highest shower in the world. You get a black car pickup, black car drop off, and you have like a couch in your suite and a chair that turns into a bed. That was a $17,000 flight that cost me $7. So it's possible to go from budget to bougie just by understanding how this stuff works.
And I mean, I'm just thinking business perspective of the networking that could happen when you're
Oh, for sure.
sort of
Yeah,
like,
a lot of these planes have onboard bars where the business and first class passengers can like meet up, have a few drinks, socialize. So if you want to hang out with high net worth individuals and do some networking, then it's a great opportunity. Write it off as a business expense too.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, I think I would have to experience a shower just to say I did, a shower
Oh
on
yeah,
a plane,
for sure,
just
for sure.
are there times of years where the bonus incentives for signing up are maybe better or higher, like promotional periods, or not so much?
I wouldn't say it's like seasonal in the sense of, oh, a lot of people aren't traveling in between Christmas and Easter, so airlines and banks want you to open cards. I've never noticed anything like that, but the offers are constantly fluctuating and oftentimes like by a lot. An offer could easily double overnight and then disappear within a few weeks. That's true for like the credit card offers, and there are other kinds of other kinds of offers that come and go. There are offers for taking your bank points, transferring them to an airline or a hotel. Sometimes they'll give you an additional bonus just for transferring, say, from your Amex to your British Airways account. And then oftentimes there are also offers where they'll let you use a lower number of points for the same flight. And that can come and go very quickly. So not really seasonal, but constantly coming and going.
You said British Airways, so then I pictured myself at Wicked on the West End.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this could be your thing. You could use your points for all the Wicked shows all around the world.
Yeah, yeah. And then, even just thinking about the clients I have who are worldwide, they're in Ireland,
Yeah.
Mexico, and France, and maybe getting to actually experience it and better understand the couple's experience by doing it myself,
For sure. Yeah, it'd be great content too.
Yes, of course, I'm leaving out that my husband is a nervous flyer and he's going to die.
Oh,
Discovers that he's done good. We started with Florida, and then Vegas.
free flowing champagne can also help nerves.
Yes, or just be like, just go on the, just stay in the shower. I don't know what to tell you. Or I'm liking that it's lie flat. Just sleep through it.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll wake you up when we're there. So, what is the most popular location that couples ask about?
I'd say it's probably Italy. Italy, Greece, Hawaii. When we analyze the data, tend to be the biggest, have the highest demand. They're great options there, and they're great options all around the world if you want to use your points for luxury flights and use your points for luxury hotels and resorts. Now I think like probably because of social media, and it also lives up to the hype. I've been twice, but the Maldives, even though it's literally on the other side of the world, there's not much that really compares when you have that like private island experience spec in the middle of the ocean. So I think we're seeing demand for that too.
That's so cool because in my mind it's like I'll never be able to do more than the Polynesian at Disney for my private island experience. But now it's like that's maybe isn't true, and I need to reassess my vision board. How often do couples think they know where they want to go, but then when they see the potential of this, they kind of pivot?
Like for us, the best clients are people who are flexible and open-minded, because the best value you get is when you are willing to plan far in advance and also willing to jump on deals. And if you say, I need to fly to Milan from JFK on July 4th weekend, immediately after my wedding is over, and stay in ABC 5-star hotels, then that's going to make it a lot harder for you to actually be happy in the end. Versus if you say, I'd like to go somewhere beachy, and hopefully when it's cold where I am, so I can get away from that. And I don't want to have a time zone change of more than 5 hours because I don't want to get too messed up. And we're open for, 10 days, anytime between November and March. That's going to make it a lot easier.
So let's fantasy book one for me now. Let's say
sure.
What I've got is that we want to go to a place with great food and great shopping, but also where I can spend afternoons kind of quietly reading a book. We want to recharge too. My husband is a nervous flyer, so he just needs to be comfortable on whatever flight we take. And we're pretty open as to when we can travel, but the holidays and May are busy for us, so not good times.
Oh, that's perfect then. So when everyone else is looking to travel, you don't want to travel. That's perfect. And when you say shopping, do you mean like fancy designer brand shopping, or you mean like local artisan goods type shopping?
Local artisan goods, the tackier the better.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm putting Elliot on the spot here, guys.
Okay. Artisan goods. And so you're looking for like craftsmanship on a budget.
Mm-hmm.
What about if we were to send you to South America? What if we were to send you to somewhere like Bolivia or Peru? There's some really incredible indigenous crafts there. If you appreciate that, like colorful,
Yeah.
woven style, dyed style, there's some really cool stuff there. And, on one day you could walk up Machu Picchu, take a train there to the base and not have to go very far. On the next day, you could be in like a wellness resort, relaxing, enjoying the Andes Mountains. Just an option.
Sold. Sold. So I'm assuming everyone listening is going to be as excited as I am and want a fantasy book as well. How can people work with you?
Do you mean like what is our process or how do they get in touch?
Both. Let's do both.
Okay, sure. So the process is first of all starting with understanding you, your situation, and your goals. We'd want to see if you're a business owner, then what are the types of spending, the categories of spending that you do, at what rates, and what cards do you currently have? What's your credit situation? And what are your travel goals? Like, what kind of experience are you, and if you have a partner, if you have your family, looking to have? And how rigid versus flexible are you with those preferences? So we'll start there. And then once we lock that down, we will put into place a points earning strategy that will largely be focused on opening 2 or 3 cards max, usually for your business, and just putting the right types of spending on the right cards. And it's not something overly complex. You just remember, or you just, if it's like a subscription, or it's like you are shopping at Costco a lot, then you know that I always use, or well, Costco is a bad example because they only take a particular card, but I'm shopping at grocery stores a lot. Then you only use this card on grocery and dining versus you use this other card on all of your office supply expenses. And once you have the points in place, then we will come back and put together an entire itinerary for you. If you're looking to use your points for personal travel, if you're looking to use them for, say, business travel, like attending conferences domestically, we'll kind of give you guidelines to show you these are good ways to use your points in general, and it's not very complicated, especially for domestic travel. So once all of that's in place, then we book your trip, you enjoy your trip. We're there for live trip support in case anything goes wrong, like flight delays or cancellations. And ideally, it's not just one trip. Ideally, this is a new lifestyle for you. You've got this like passive points earning machine that's just working in the background. And then every few months, or at least every year, you're taking another honeymoon. Either it's for yourself or for you and your partner, or you're taking your family on an awesome trip.
This is exciting. I love that you offered the support too, because I already could visualize myself being like, my flight's canceled. Stop me before I spend all my points at Chili's in the airport, you know?
Yeah, right.
And
Well,
so,
we'll get you into a great airport lounge so you don't have to
yeah,
do
there
that.
we go. So now, is it kind of like an ongoing coaching?
Yeah, so for business owners and also for engaged couples, our offering is really a done for you model. We don't want you to have to really think about this stuff. And usually, either you're an engaged couple, you're busy planning a wedding, you're a wedding professional, you're busy planning multiple weddings, or just running your business. And uh, you don't have time to learn all the nuances, quirks, risks, and opportunities that come with all this because it's frankly quite complex, quite overwhelming. You can screw it up and you can mess up your trips. You could even mess up your credit if you do it wrong. You can mess up your relationship with banks. So other than you kind of giving us some introductory info about you, then we're going to really do the rest. and you get to just enjoy your trips.
I love it. I love it. And so how can people reach out to you to set something up?
So hackmyhoneymoon.com is the best place to get in touch. And there is a small info form there. We'll just ask about your credit score, your ideal kind of trip, and maybe if you have some points to begin with that you want to tap into. And from there, we'll just get on a free consultation with you to see if we're going to be a fit for each other. And otherwise, if you're just looking for free tips and hacks and tricks and travel reviews, I'm pretty much putting out daily videos on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, etc. And that's at EHROSENBERG, EH Rosenberg.
All right. I can't wait to get all those, and I'll put that in the show notes too, so everybody can follow and listen. I'm pretty excited, and it's good to know you're going to work with the existing points, because I've got about 1 million Old Navy points that will get my wardrobe down.
Got a lot of really cool hoodies from 2006.
Yeah, or it's like, does anyone need flip-flops for the brides? Like, at the weddings, they have the flip-flop basket. It's like, I've got you covered.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, this was so much fun. Thank you so much. I know everyone's going to get so much excitement and value from this, and maybe we'll even have you on again sometime, Elliot.
Thanks, Nina. Awesome to chat.